Hi, my name's Cayleigh from createwithcayleigh.com. I'm back today with a final in my series of how to make this mini album. So I've shown you how to do the basics, we've learned how to do the cover, and we've cut for the waterfall and the pockets. We've then decorated both of them. So today we're going to do the final piece, which is assembly. So I'm going to bring back in our base, which has had a good while to dry. If you've been following along, we're on day 5 now, so it's definitely should have dried. And what we're going to do is we're going to do the outside cover and then the inside cover. So the measurements for this are 8 inches, and then we're going to, I've chosen a different pattern today. I'm going for this sparkly. It's quite a contrast to the pink, but hopefully it is just contrast enough that it works. So the first measurement we're going to cut to, so it's 8 inches long, and we're going to go to 3 3/4. Now we're going to cut this size twice, but we're going to cut a 3/4 next. I like to do the smaller measurements on the right hand side. And we're going back to 3 3/4. And we're just going to adhere this down. So this is going to be our back page, middle, front. Adhere this down with a bit of Tombow. Okay. I really hope you've enjoyed making this tutorial. Please let me know what you thought of this series. Hopefully it's made the whole project less overwhelming and easier to follow. I don't tend to go into much decoration detail in my videos because I think you can choose how you want to decorate, but I have been asked to give a more in-depth description, so hopefully this tutorial series has done just that. So that is the front covered. I'm now going to just start the bending process. So first of all, I'm just going to gently bend it and let it fall into its natural shape. Then I'm going to go back over it with my bone folder and press these down because I don't think I've given them long enough to dry. So I'm just going to put that to the side while that just dries for a minute more. And then I'm going to do the inside. So the inside piece is 8 inches by 8 5/8. We're going to score this at 3, so we're going to score at 4 3/4. I think that needs to be 3 3/4. So we need to score at 3 3/4. And 5 3/4. No, 4 3/4. Sorry, I'm getting tongue-tied. I think that's right. And then, let's just check. So what we're going to do is we're going to stick this side, we're going to stick the middle down first, but first we need to use our bone folder to really apply pressure and burnish these score lines. So fold it gently first with your hands and then apply pressure. Then what you want to do is just bend them inside and out. The paper will crease slightly, but that's fine. We're putting it, the thickness is just making it feel a little bit more natural than it's probably used to. And we're going to stick this down. So we're going to start with the paper. I think that's just a little bit short on that side. I'll check my measurements and make sure they're correct on the blog. But first of all, we're just going to stick directly in the middle, just make sure I've got the right way, and stick it down. Now what we could have done is had this in split, but I just wanted to have it a little bit thicker just so that we can add a little bit of strength by thickening the inside up. It's just going to apply glue. And stick this down. So that is our inside done, and we just need to adhere the pockets. Now if you remember, we added tear tape to this the other day, so it's nice and easy today. Just going to remove the tear tape backing. Now I don't want to curse myself, but that seems to have gone quite easy. I think it's because it's been on there for a while. And I'm just going to stick my pockets down. Now I'm going to do the same with my waterfall section. And remove all the tear tape and adhere down just to the right hand side. Now if you are making one, or even if you aren't, just leave me a comment and tell me what you would do with the album, whether you would give it as a gift, whether you would, or you'd use it for your own special occasion, and if so, what occasion. So just press that down. And there we go. Now all we need to do is finish the decoration. This is the piece from what we made yesterday. I've just die cut it out. I'm just going to stick this down with Tombow. Now yesterday I showed you using the embellishment kit. Just press that down. Today I'm going to show you how to use some of the designer series paper to cut out a nice pattern of your own. So I've just got a piece of the designer series paper, and I'm just going to cut out this little section here. So when I'm fussy cutting, I like to just grab a section, cut it down a little bit and just go around. Now the idea with this is to leave a little bit of the blue. I'm not trying to cut around each leaf or petal. It's so delicate, I don't think you would be able to, unless you're one of those superhuman people who can fussy cut like they're a machine, which I am not. Okay, so I'm just going around the edge. Now I'm going to show you a quick little quick little trick of how to finish off a die cut, when you fussy cut. So take one of our markers and just colour in on the edge of the brush tip, just around the edge. Now all this does, it gets rid of any white edges, which can make something look a little bit unfinished. We just colour in the Marina Mist like the actual cardstock itself. And then we're just going to stick this onto the cake shape. I'm going to put it just at the bottom so you can still see quite a bit of the silver. So there you go, that is the album finished. Now one thing I'm going to do different to the other one is I'm going to make a belly band. So we just need to grab a piece of card. I'm going to go for a complete contrast and use some of the Old Olive because we haven't yet used that. I'm going to cut it to 1.5, and then I'm going to wrap it round the card like so. You could, if you wanted, score. I like the more rough look of having it just wrapped around. I think it just looks a little bit more natural. Plus it's easier and quicker to do, which is always a bonus. So I'm just going to line that up to where I want it to go, making sure it's even. And then stick it down. Then I'm going to grab my embellishment kit again and grab a nice big embellishment. going to go for the cake. I'm going to stick that on the front with the flowers just coming off the edge. So bring my tombow back. Just going to put the glue in the middle of the tombow of the cake, sorry. Stick that down. And I've realised now this is upside down, but that's fine because we can pull it off and place it back where it needs to go. I'm just going to put some dimensionals on my flower. Just going to go for 2. And I'm going to stick that off to the side like that. Then we'll slide off our belly band. And this will show our album. So let's slide it back on, this time the right way. And there we go. That is our finished mini album with 2 ways of fastening, either with ribbon or a belly band. This one has got mine and my husband's initials, because obviously this one's for my memory weddings, whereas this one I'm going to give away, and so I want to make sure that it is not personalised so that the recipient can personalise it themselves. So I really hope you've enjoyed this tutorial series. Please let me know what you thought of splitting up a tutorial in sections so I can go in more detail. Please do send your pictures along to me, either directly to me or on my Facebook page, Create with Cayleigh, and I'd love to hear from you and see what you've created. Thanks so much for sticking with me this week. I hope you've enjoyed it as much as I have, and happy crafting. Hope to see you soon.